Namaste, everyone, and good evening if you're in the United States, and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So here we are for Anchor Light Part 2 for Monday. And this morning I was did my best with Instagram and Facebook. I guess, as most of you know, it went down. So if you want to know what the lecture was and the meditation, you can still catch it at masterco.org, as well as pranichealing.com and on our YouTube channel. Okay? So that's why we broadcast to so many. You know, as I've learned from my teacher, you have a backup for the backup for the backup. Anyway, so you can go through it. Essentially, the lesson was how do you start your day properly, which is through meditation and spiritual practice to, number one, purify your system, distilling a lot of the stress and negative energy. You go, well, how come you talk about negative energy? It just came from the weekend. Yeah, some of you have hangovers, so that might be something you need to get rid of, right? And number two, after the purification, it has replacement. So as the old energy goes out, fresh energy comes in, high frequency, so you have more clarity. As you face your week, you see things clearly, and you have stronger energy. So when you think of your plan, what you want to do, you're charging it with good energy rather than starting the weekend, oh man, it's Monday, I gotta go to work, right? And the third part of doing meditation before you start your week is for divine protection. Well, what do I mean by protection? Like qualities attract, opposites repel. So if you start your week with meditation and you do it consistently, you're walking into work or whatever you're doing at a high frequency, negative energy does not have anything to stick. Like qualities attract, opposites repel. All right? So for this second session, now is it again what the title is? Let me see. Let me take a look. Do not create in anger what you lack in reason. It's a Chinese proverb. Okay, I talked about this, about 2 years ago. Do not create in anger what we lack in reason. And that might sound very, very short, but if you think about it, it's pretty deep. Oftentimes, when we're stressed out of our mind, we're angry, we're upset, you just go, okay, let's do it like that. What happens? You regret it afterwards, right? All of us have been through it. And you start off by saying, okay, do not create in anger. So the first question is, how did you get angry in the first place? Well, it's a response to incompetent people around me. Okay. So think about it this way. If they're not doing their job, you get upset, and based on that you make bad decisions. Does that make it any better? Nope. Exactly. But you say, yeah, but these people are so irritating. They can't do anything right. There's a bunch of incompetent fools. Whatever adjectives you want to use. Okay, understandable. Maybe you're very, very high standards. But if you step back, and this is the important part we always share with you. If you step back, if you're a third person watching yourself react to this situation, what would you say? Yeah, is it not like that? We always get stressed out of our mind, so, this person made the decision when he's angry or upset. So no wonder he regretted it afterwards. Exactly. It's easy to point that out, but what happens? If you're in it, it's hard to see it clearly. So going back to the same lesson we keep repeating to all of you over and over again. Without doing meditation and spiritual practice, we're constantly swimming in the mud. True? What is the mud? So in spiritual teachings, oftentimes you see the lotus flower as a symbol for spirituality. Why is that? Because the lotus flower has to go through the mud to come out and seek the sun. So that lotus flower represents the soul, the spiritual self. We have to go through this earthly life, kind of swim a little bit in the mud, experience certain, like mud is heavy, it's dark. So we have to go through that just to maybe learn lessons from it. And as we struggle through it, we learn lessons. It makes us stronger. Regardless, the target is the same. You're seeking the light. Make sense? Now, this mud has many levels of truth. Mud could be attachments. Attachments to things, to people, to goals, to ideas. So remember the Lord Buddha said the cause of all suffering is attachments. But we've shared this with you before. It's not as much attachment by itself, because you have to get attached to something in order to connect with it, right? Attach, connect, same English word. So, in other words, if I want to get a drink of water, I have to attach to its cup. So the problem has never been attachment. The problem is the ability to detach when I'm done. So when you get attached to something and we don't know how to let go of it, that's mud. You say, give me a little more in-depth example. Okay. Let's say somebody got you upset. They said something, you said something, and you're really pissed off and you cannot let it go. Well, it's natural. Yeah. It's natural, but is that how you want to live? The thing already happened a week ago, and you're still carrying it. So you're still attached to it. You say, yeah, but you don't understand. It was really painful. I'm not doubting that. But the longer you carry, does it make you feel better? The more you're pissed off about that person, what they did to you, does it make you feel better? As time goes by, and you're carrying it over and over again, that's all you think of and meditate on, does it make you feel better? Does it make the situation better? No. Yeah, but you don't understand. It was hard. It was this. Again, I'm not doubting it, but I'm just asking you a simple question. You carry that for another 10, 15 years? Does it make you any better? Will it make your life better? No, it'll actually make me more negative, and I will look at blah, blah, blah. Exactly. You understand it, but you're still carrying it. Yeah, but you don't understand. It was very powerful. It was intense. It was this. It was that. It was hurting. Again, I'm not doubting it. I'm just asking a simple question. You're going to keep carrying it. So you choose to keep suffering. No, I don't want that. Okay then. So what is the sensible thing to do? Drop it. That's it? Yeah. Can you put your attention on something else? That's why you study with a lot of teachers, and I remember Tony Robbins would keep repeating this. Gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. And what happens? When you're grateful, a lot of this heavy baggage you're carrying from whatever can't occupy the same space in your consciousness. Believe it or not all people, but let's say 99% of the time, people choose to suffer. That's why you heard this saying before. Pain happens, but suffering is a choice. You cannot always control what happens outside of you, but you can always control how you respond to them. Make sense? So, instead of being angry when you make decisions, step back, observe, look at the options, and make choices. As simple as that. Oops, hold on. Make sense? So the idea here for all of you, and this is a lesson for me too, is we have a tendency to always react immediately. Oh, they said this to me. I said that to them. And what do we always attribute it to? Well, I don't want to use my mind. I want to use my heart. You heard it before? I hear that from Tony. I hear that from a lot of people. Say, use your heart. Don't use your mind. Your mind gets in the way. Now, you have to realize things in context. When Tony says, use your heart, when you hear saints and gurus talk about the heart, they're not talking about feelings. They're talking about the depth of your soul. What is it that you're experiencing? And deep inside, you as a soul, what is the right thing to do? But most people say, yeah, but when this person said this, my heart feels like they stabbed me, so therefore I had to get them back. That's my heart. My mind is different. Exactly. You got that definition wrong. That's why God gave you a brain. You observe. You see, that's why one of the things my teacher used to say is, if you look at the Eightfold Path as taught by the Lord Buddha, the Eightfold Path, you remember the Four Noble Truths? Okay, I'll just give you a quick synopsis. The Four Noble Truths is, there is suffering in life. Not all is suffering. Okay, I know you read the internet, you so all life is suffering. Then you're screwed. Why bother wasting your time? It's a mistranslation. There is suffering in life, not that all life is suffering. Okay? So there is suffering in life. What are the causes of that suffering? This suffering can end. And the last one is how to end it. And how to end it is the Eightfold Path. So Eightfold Path is, number one, right viewpoint, then right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right awareness, right concentration, right oneness. There are different versions of it. The most important part that most of us screw up in is the first one. Which is it? Right viewpoint. Because if you don't see things clearly, if we don't perceive what's going on properly, the viewpoint is wrong, then you would think incorrectly, you will speak incorrectly, you will act incorrectly. True? Come on, you guys. Sorry, some of you are, your bodies are younger, so you probably don't know this, but you've heard of Three's Company, right? Long, long time ago. John Ritter, Suzanne Summers, and I forgot the other person. Anyway, the whole show is based on one premise. They catch something, like they see, okay, this guy talking to someone, and they make certain conclusion. Not knowing that they just caught a small part of it, not see the entire picture. That's called wrong viewpoint. That's basically the show. So, you would see John Ritter saying something to someone, they heard it on the side, and they go, oh yeah, he's cheating on me, or this and that. Well, basically he was helping someone cross the street, whatever. But it was based on that. Could you imagine you could have a show based on wrong viewpoint? Isn't that amazing? You see, having wrong viewpoint is a direct result of the inability to pull yourself out of it to be able to watch things clearly. So if you want to take notes, let me just fix this a little bit. Right viewpoint is dependent on two things. Number one, careful observation. You carefully observe, is what's going on actually what's going on? Or is it, I'm just seeing part of it? It's just like if there's a car accident somewhere, you have 5 people watching, or 5 people witnessing, you get 5 different accounts. Because one sees it from here, one sees it from there, one sees it from there, one sees it from the top of the building. Different viewpoints. Who's right? All of them are right if you put it all together, but it is all biased by their vantage point. Make sense? So, careful observation. Number 2, proper or correct interpretation. So you saw that this car swerved and hit, that pole. Okay, you say, maybe this person is crazy or is not paying attention. So therefore this guy's a drunk driver, blah, 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 so on and so on. And you go, wait, let me think about this again. I saw the car coming by, and I got a glimpse of the person actually knocked out. Not like he was reading something. Okay. Maybe he had a stroke. So it happened, not because he was a bad guy, it's because the guy had a heart attack or had a stroke and lost control of the car. See, get the point, instead of saying, yeah, you see, he was just a drunk driver, it is this. You go, wait, let me observe this again. Let me think about it. Yeah, this went this way. Or, what do you think CSI is? Crime scene investigation. Something's already happened, they investigate. Okay, what are the different aspects of this? And from there, they make a conclusion. That's based on the Buddha's teaching, right viewpoint. So, based on the right viewpoint, you observe it. This is what happened. Okay, let me interpret this properly. Is it because there was wrongdoing? Is there malice? Or it is essentially what you call an accident? This was present, boom, that's what happened. It was not premeditated. Oh, I see. So, let's say somebody said something nasty to you. What do we normally do? Oh yeah, you're a piece of this too. So you step back, of course not physically. In your mind you step back, you go, let me observe this. Okay, the way she said it, or the way he said it, there was a lot of anger. Is that because he's having a bad day? Is it because, I noticed he was holding his head like this and he was screaming at me. Interesting. Is it possible he's having a headache? So he has such a massive headache, maybe, could that be possibly the reason he was nasty in his words? Because he's in pain and he wants to get this information out. Let me observe. then come to think of it, as he's talking to me, he was holding his head and he's barely speaking and he's yelling. And then he had to sit down. Okay. Not because he's a bad person. Maybe this person is going through a health issue. So the correct interpretation would be, okay, the reason he said all these things in a very, very harsh way, very loud and painful, the way he said it, not because he's a bad person, it's because he's suffering. Do you notice your perspective changed? Instead of going, they scream and yell at you, you didn't even notice, you go, oh yeah, you're a jerk too. Boom, the thing escalates. And you make certain decisions based on that. That's why we said, when you make decisions based on anger, it doesn't work. Compared to reason. Reason means what? You observe. You carefully interpret. And based on that, this is the reason you do these things based on that situation. Haven't you heard this before? Most of us have, right? When you write a letter and you're upset with someone, write or type, if it's a very emotional one, what is the rule? Give it overnight. Right? Because when you type it, oh yeah, you're a piece of crap, you waste my time, you send it out, oh, I feel better. Then the following day you read your email and you go, I think I should not have done that way. Maybe I should change the words. Sounds familiar? All of us been there, right? So the rule is, every time I'm typing something, I'm sending something to someone, and it's very, very emotionally charged, I do one of two things. Either I don't send it, or I send it to my assistant. I go, could you read this? Does it feel like I'm expressing it properly? Or it feels like I'm sending them a big sledgehammer to hit their head with? Oftentimes, the response coming back, she goes, yeah, I think you should not have used this, because I go, all right. Make sense? So, essentially, again, the proverb is, do not create in anger what you lack in reason. And easier said than done. So, as we keep doing our meditation over and over and over again, one thing most of you will notice, if you care to admit it, is you're not as reactive as you used to be. Right? When things happen, instead of going, oh, like this, you go, In other words, it gives you that extra pad of time to be able to observe, process, and give proper interpretation. You know why? It's very simple. Ordinary people who are not serious about their spiritual path, do not have a spiritual practice, their life is run by their body, their emotions, and their thoughts. While you, if you do your practice on a regular basis, your life is run by you, the soul, the spiritual self. That controls the body, controls the emotions, controls the thoughts. You get to decide what emotions you want to exhibit, what kind of thoughts you want to process, and what kind of actions you want to do. Instead of punching the guy out, you go, it's okay. Of course, not that to that extent, but you get the point. So without practice and meditation, spiritual practice and meditation, what happens? We become a slave to the desires of the body, the emotions, and thoughts. That's it. Very simple. Now, it has a certain side effect, which some of you have noticed already. And this is the part that you can easily fix. What is that side effect? That side effect is when something happens, you're too cool. Have you had that experience yet? You're so cool, like people are going crazy and reacting, and you're kind of going, it's not as bad as you think. I don't know why you're going crazy over it. It's obvious. This happened, caused this, so no drama, no anything. This is the solution. Let's just fix it. And people say, you see, you don't care. All that meditation you're doing, you become cold. It's not because you're becoming cold. It's because you're not so reactive anymore. You are giving yourself so much. You practice it so much to be able to observe. So instead of just reacting, you observe and you act accordingly. Have you been there yet? I know a lot of you have. You're going, yeah, I did notice that. People sometimes tell me, you're so cold, you don't care. It's not because you don't care. It's just you're not dramatic. But see, people think that if you're not dramatic, you don't care. Ever been there yet? So, guess what I do? Certain situation happens, I have to kind of process and go, okay, I think these people want to see me a little bit more emotional. So I go, are you okay? Then I'll do that, just to make them feel better. Even though it's just not necessary, but just make this person think that, I'm not an ice cold person. I care. I'm just not dramatic. So I have to kind of create the emotion, the illusion that I'm as dramatic as they are. So, and then after the whole thing is done, okay, it's settled. I walk away. Okay, what's next? I know some of you go, that's not how you live. You have to live with passion. Look, passion is essentially your emotional body controlled by your mental body and your physical body, all being directed by the soul to a certain objective. That's proper passion. Unfortunately, some people think passion is just whatever I feel strongly about. Okay, if somebody beat you up and then you go, I feel so passionate to beat them up too. Okay, that's not the wrong way of doing passion. Make sense? Passion has to be regulated or controlled by the soul. Have you ever had anything you've done that's so passionate and end up hurting you? Exactly. So I remember I was watching Tony Robbins, right? UPW, you have to be passionate. But you see, he's a super smart guy. Before he says you have to be passionate, he guides you through, okay, how do your emotions work? How do you want to be very successful. This is what you want to aim for, so on and so on. He already regulated your mind, your mental faculty. Okay, this is what you want, this is not what you want, so on, so on, so on. Once that's done, then you pour in the emotional energy to move in that direction. That's it. But I've seen people misuse it. They really misuse it. They go, yeah, my passion is underwater basket weaving. I like using that. I heard that in high school a long time ago. My passion is underwater basket weaving. So I don't need to go make money. I don't have to go to work. I don't want this job. I just want to go underwater and weave my basket. It takes a little intelligence, to say, okay, this is good, this is not good. I'll take what's good and I pour my passion into it. Make sense? And all of these won't happen if you don't know who is the thinker, who is the mover, who is the feeler. So we go back to the same boring lesson you've heard me saying over and over and over again. Who am I? I heard that lecture before. Yeah, me too. Many times I keep forgetting. That's why I have to keep reminding myself. Why do you think God and the great beings keep sending this teachers over and over again over the centuries teaching the same thing? Because we forget. We swim in the mud. We forget, there's a light there that we're aiming for. Isn't it? So, we'll do an experiment. Let's make this real. Okay, sit comfortably. You ready? Okay, close your eyes. Inhale, exhale slowly. I want you to just kind of, think. Or just recall, what is it that it's irritating for you now? Hopefully it's not me. Okay? Just think of something that's irritating. Just move this over. All right. Think of something that's irritating. Now I want you to observe. How do you feel about it? It's irritating. Okay. As you observe it, what's going on? Yeah, I'm feeling my emotions. It's because of this person irritated me, so on, so on, so on. Okay, observe it. Now step back. In your mind, just step back. Observe it like it's someone else. That person's very irritated. That person's face, their posture, their breathing, yep, they're pissed off. Very interesting. Is that anger and that negativity needed? Most likely, at this point in time, maybe no. But you just observe. Yeah, but that person's really upset, huh? Okay. Just observe. Now go like this. Just say it. You keep your eyes closed. Say, those emotions, those thoughts that were generated are not needed. It was just a reaction to something. I choose to be still. I choose to just simply observe. I'm not that body. I'm not any of those emotions. I'm not any of those thoughts. I am the spiritual self. Now keep your eyes closed. Just be still. Just gently be aware of your crown. I am that. I am. I am that. I am. I am that. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not even the mind. The body, the emotions, and the mind are just my instruments. They're important. I use them. They're great. But they're not the I. I control the movements of the body. I create the feelings and I create the thoughts. That is the real I. Be still. I am that. The mover, the feeler, and the thinker. I am the spiritual self. Just be still. Keep your mind just simply floating into that understanding that I am the creator of the body, and the movements of the body, the feelings, and the thoughts. That's all. Just allow yourself, just dive deeper and deeper. What does it mean that I move the body? What does it mean when I create all these feelings? What does it mean when I'm the one creating these thoughts? Does anyone or anything actually make me create those thoughts and feelings and those movements of the body? The first answer you're going to get is, yes, this person said this, so it therefore did that. But in the end, who made the choice to feel those feelings, good or bad? I did. Somebody insulted me. Was there an interim time where I get to choose to insult them back or say, maybe it's not the right thing to do? Meditate on it. Just observe. I am the soul, the spiritual self. I, the soul, control the body. I am the soul. I, the soul, regulate my feelings. I, the soul, regulate the creation of my thoughts. I am that, the soul, the spiritual self. Just be still. Just allow your awareness to just float above your head. Just stay there. And silently just keep repeating after me. I am that. I am. I am that. I am. It's like you're pointing to another I am and saying that's you. That's what you're doing. So there's a brilliant light above your head. Look at that light above your head. And your intention is to point to that light and say, that's me. So look at that light above your head. Say, I am that. I am. Keep doing it. I am that. Pointing to that light. I am. It's like that I am and this I am who's saying it is the same guy. I am that. I am. That light above your head's getting brighter and brighter. Keep looking at it. I am that. Keep pointing in your mind to that brilliant light. I am that. I am that. I am. I am that. I am. Just be still. I am that. I am. That brilliant light above your head is just drifting higher and higher. Just follow it. It's going past the ceiling. Just keep looking at it. I am that. That I am. I am that. Just follow it. Just drifting higher and higher. I am that. I am. That brilliant light's getting brighter and brighter, floating higher and higher. Now it's like a miniature sun way above your head. Just keep looking at that light. I am that. I am. I am that. I am. I am that. I am. Be still. In your consciousness, the only thing that exists is that I am. That's why when you say, I am that, that am I. Be still. Let go. And just let things be. Now. I am that. That am I. So it is. Be still. Experience your true nature. The true I am. That I am is one and part of the universal I am. So it is. Let go. Now. I am one with the universal I am. I am one with the universal I am. I am connected and one with the universal I am. I am connected and one with the universal I am. I am connected and one with the universal I am. I am that. I am. Let go. Let go. I am one with the universal all-pervading I am. I am that. That am the real I. It is. Om. Amen. Amin. Tatastu, and so it is. Be still. We'll take you higher. Let go. Affirm who you really are, and you can be in this state anytime you wish. So it is. Gently, slowly, gently and slowly come back. Gently move your fingers, move your toes. Gently and slowly open your eyes. Now, how do you use what you just learned or what you experienced? I know some of you are still out of it. Here's my point. Watch. Open your eyes. Look at me. Ready? Now I want you to close your eyes. Just go back to that deep state of meditation. You can do it. Just stay there. Go back to that deep state of meditation. Now come back again. Open your eyes. Come back, open your eyes. All right, now watch. Here's the critical part. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. With your eyes open, go back to that meditative state. You can do it. With your eyes open, go back to it. Go back to that state of stillness. Okay? That's it. Open your eyes. If you, I know some of you want to do this, some of you going like this. Okay, listen carefully. I know that was a lot to take in, but we kind of add extra special sauce there, so I know some of you do want to come back. Listen carefully. It might be very, very simple, but it's going to the root of who you really are. I should keep going back to who you really are. I am that. The reason we had you keep looking at that light, so you don't get fixated in your body. Because most people say, I, you look at this as the I. But once you put your perception somewhere else and you say, I'm that, what happens? Some of you go, you're gone. You know why? It's as simple as this. When you look at that light, you go, I'm that light. So if I'm that light, I could not be this body. And you do it enough times, what happens? You take off. So by the time you come back, there's a deeper knowing that, hey, I'm occupying this body. So if I occupy this body, that means I control the body, not the other way around. And you notice you have a sense of real stillness, right? Stillness is the absence of emotional turmoil and monkey mind. So in that stillness, you're still aware. As you come back to your normal consciousness, what happens? Part of you know, wait, I experienced that stillness. There's no emotional turmoil. The mind was not jumping all over the place. So I can actually be free of this if I wanted to. Right? Did you get to that conclusion yet? So that realization, I can do this. Now there's certainty. So next time, when a situation comes up, when you want to beat up that guy, you go, wait, I don't have to do that. Okay, emotional body. Okay, thoughts, body, behave. Beat them later. No, I'm kidding. You get the idea? You get to choose because you get to control you get to control how you move the body, create feelings, and create thoughts. So what happens is, when a situation happens, instead of going, you get to observe. Very interesting. So at that point, your awareness goes beyond the body, the emotions, and thoughts. That's that. Crazy simple, isn't it? So to go back to that Chinese proverb, because my body is Chinese, okay? Do not create in anger what you lack in reason. It's just basically saying, when circumstances want to make you get angry, don't give in to it. Observe. Pull yourself back, observe. And then act accordingly. That's it. Anybody can do it. Now, some of you go, oh, I know that I am thing. I recite it. I do this. Great. How's your life? Oh, I'm doing well. A few times I messed up. Exactly the point. Nobody's perfect. So if you don't keep reminding you about this over and over again, what happens? We get so deep into, I want higher teachings. I want this, I want that. I want to learn more about the secrets of the universe, of how quantum physics, aliens, I want to know blah, 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 blah. Okay, how's your life? It's a mess, but it's okay. I want to learn about the universe. You're right. You don't even know your own inner universe. You're interested in the outer universe? Hello? That's why we have to keep reminding you. And here's the beautiful thing of the whole process. As I remind you, I'm reminding myself. That's why I love doing this. I screw up. I have to remind myself. I go, okay, if I go through this, you must be going through this. Okay, let me remind you. Maybe it's a signal to remind me too. So as you keep reminding each other over and over again, we all progress. We all evolve. Isn't that great? So I hope it was not a waste of time for you. We didn't go into any exotic meditation. We just said, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that. That am I. And at some point you realize you're not pointing up anymore. You're not looking up anymore. Because that up, down, left, right is the same as here. Then you get to understand that, I'm actually there at the same time. Because consciousness can exist in many places at the same time. Now the question is, why did I have you go up, this and that? Because we're so fixated on the 3 dimensions of the body, right? So we need to do something to take you out of that 3-dimensional thinking, that 3-dimensional awareness, to allow you to expand. So expansion of consciousness is nothing more than going beyond the different lower dimensions. That's it. Crazy simple. Now, I don't take credit for it because everything I'm sharing with you was taught to me by my teacher. Of course, what I'm sharing with you in a few minutes took many years of hammering into my head because I didn't get it. You guys get the shortcut. All right. And we went a little over time. Hopefully that made up for some of you who are not able to join us this morning. So we will see you Wednesday for Anchor Light. 2 sessions again. Oh, by the way, the introduction to pranic healing and advanced pranic healing. Talk about how to use energy and everything. This doesn't cost anything. It's free. You just go to mastercode.org, click on it. You watch the first one. Below is the link. I think there's a link for advanced pranic healing and how to use colors to improve your life. All that information is there. All right? And I think that's it. Okay. Namaste, everyone. Let's give thanks, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahaguju Meiling, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you, compassion, purifying light, and soothing, healing energy. Thank you for blessing us with a loving heart, an intelligent mind, and a powerful will, that we may be able to serve others. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right. Namaste, everyone. You all take care, and we will see you Wednesday morning. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.